Hello everyone. Can vitamin D fight prostate cancer? The answer is yes. Let me explain all the details to you. Today, let's talk about vitamin D and how it helps keep us healthy. We've talked about how vitamin D protects us from different diseases before. It's like a shield for our bodies. One important thing vitamin D does is boost our immune system, which helps us fight off sickness. It also helps keep our heart and blood sugar levels healthy, and it can even protect us from certain diseases where our body attacks itself by mistake. Now, let's focus on cancer. Did you know that vitamin D can also help protect us from cancer? Specifically, it's really helpful in preventing colon cancer, and it might also help with prostate cancer. A recent study showed that people with prostate cancer had better chances of getting better if they had more vitamin D in their bodies. This is a big deal because prostate cancer is the most common cancer among men in many Western countries. Scientists studied how much vitamin D was in people's blood and how likely they were to survive if they had prostate cancer. They found that the more vitamin D someone had, the better their chances of surviving prostate cancer. It's important to understand that having enough vitamin D shouldn't replace regular treatments for prostate cancer. Instead, it should be used alongside them. So, if you have prostate cancer, it's a good idea to make sure your vitamin D levels are where they should be. It's a simple and start point. Vitamin D is really cheap. Because it's inexpensive, big pharmaceutical companies aren't as interested in it. They prefer to invest in medicines they can make more money from. That's why we're talking about vitamin D here, to let more people know about its benefits. Let's talk about this cool research. The biggest finding, having more vitamin D might lower the chance of dying for guys with prostate cancer. Okay, let's break this down. They looked at how much vitamin D people had in their blood and how it affected their risk of dying from prostate cancer. Here's what scientists found. For every 20 units of vitamin D per liter of blood, the risk of dying went down by 9%. What that means? If you have 20 more units of vitamin D in your blood compared to someone who doesn't, it's like having a shield that protects you from dying. Or, you can think of it as a 9% protection. Hey! Are you loving our content and want more of it delivered straight to your screen? Then it's time to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. For every increase of 20 units of vitamin D in your blood, the risk of dying from anything, including prostate cancer, goes down by 9%. People with lots of vitamin D in their blood were 9% less likely to die from anything for every 20 units increase. Having more of vitamin D was linked to fewer deaths in guys with prostate cancer. This shows that vitamin D might really help guys with prostate cancer stay healthier. But, it's important to know that this study doesn't prove that vitamin D stops you from getting prostate cancer in the first place. It just shows that it might help guys with prostate cancer live longer. In summary, we still need more research to understand exactly how vitamin D works and if it really helps guys with prostate cancer live longer. But the studies we have suggest that it might be helpful. There is one more studying how taking vitamin D3 supplements affects the risk of getting advanced prostate cancer. In this study, scientists gave people 4,000 units of vitamin D each day. This study wasn't super big, they only looked at 44 people. But, more than half of them showed improvement. They either had fewer positive signs of prostate cancer in their biopsies, or their cancer seemed less serious based on something called the Gleason score. The Gleason score tells us how bad the cancer looks under a microscope. A higher score means the cancer is more aggressive. So, in this study, it seems like vitamin D might be helping to slow down or even improve the Gleason score, which is really good news. And the best part? There weren't any bad side effects from taking extra vitamin D in the study. A new study just came out a few weeks ago about prostate cancer in Black Americans. It's really concerning how many Black men get sick and die from this disease. Black people in the Caribbean and the US are more likely to get prostate cancer than white or Hispanic people. They're also more likely to get it earlier and have more serious cases because their darker skin makes less vitamin D. So, it's really important for Black men to make sure they have enough vitamin D to stay healthy. We've seen this in many studies. Black men and people with dark skin living in places with less sunlight often have very low levels of vitamin D. It's important to remember that getting enough vitamin D is a simple and cheap way to stay healthy. Now we can say for sure that having enough vitamin D can lower the chances of getting colorectal cancer. It probably also lowers the chances of getting prostate cancer. And if someone does get prostate cancer, having enough vitamin D makes it more likely they'll survive. So, why aren't more people doing this? Taking vitamin D is cheap and safe. We're happy to have fancy treatments, but why not give something simple and safe like vitamin D too? With vitamin D, the benefits are high, and the risks are almost zero. Please share this information with others. Check links in description. Look at the data yourself and see if you agree. Thank you for watching.